This week I'm going to try to learn Italian in just 7 days, and then I booked a flight to Italy at the end of these 7 days to see if I can actually speak it with some real Italians. I'm not going to use Duolingo or memorize random words that I'm never going to use. I basically studied the most effective methods used by actual language experts, and then I compiled them into my own document made of 4 stages of exactly what I'm going to do to learn Italian. By no means do I think I'm going to become fluent at the end of these 7 days, but I'm genuinely going to study for hours and hours to make sure I can get around and speak pretty well while I'm in Italy. I know some Italian to start. I know a little bit. I speak English and Spanish, so I'm gonna try to tell you what I know. Basically, I know mi chiamo Rebecca, parlo 2 languages. Mi piace l'italiano, allora voglio imparare. That's what I know. I split my challenge into 4 stages that I followed every day to basically help me master Italian as quickly as possible. First thing is to learn the top 1,000 words. So this means I want to learn basically all the words and only the words that I'm actually going to use. I don't need to Duolingo basically just shows you words that you're never going to use. Like for example, the notebook is green. When am I ever going to say that? Ever. This means I'm going to put sticky notes all over my house with the words I want to learn. I'm going to put them all in Quizlet. I'm just going to study these words all day long. And I'm going to try to learn about 150 words a day and basically implement as much Italian I can into my day-to-day. Stage 2 is to master the verbs and the conjugations, because that's the glue to the language, right? I want to kind of learn the top 100 most used verbs, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Stage 3 is creating a connection with the language, so listening to podcasts whenever I can, listening to Italian music, watching Italian shows, and just basically implementing Italian as much as possible into my day-to-day. And stage 4 is of course the implementation. I booked a flight to Sardinia and Sicily to see if I'm just basically going to be a true Italian by the end of this challenge. I have found an Italian teacher that I'm doing lessons with every single day. I've been working with her before, so I'm also scheduled Italian lessons with the teacher every single day of this challenge because it's going to help me with grammar and just real life speaking. My 7-day learning routine is going to be 5 to 7 days of tutoring sessions. I'm going to do daily vocab flashcards, 100 to 150 a day. I'm going to be listening to Italian podcasts whenever I'm walking, working out, whenever I have the chance. Each day I'm adding a new layer of immersion to the challenge, so whether that's journaling at the end of the day, watching Netflix, watching Italians speak while I'm making breakfast, practicing conversations as if I'm having them in real life. And then I'm going to check in with you guys daily with what I learned, what I struggled with, what I'm noticing, etc. Let's start the challenge. So I made this sheet with 1,000 most common verbs. I'm honestly still adding to it, but these are the ER verbs that I've been working, and then I have a sentence for each. So I'm working on those, and I did some for AR, and these are verbs and all the words I'm kind of working on that I'm trying to study. So right now I'm just studying these words on Quizlet. I basically have split these up into 100 of I feel the most common words that I would use. So I'm studying these, and I think it'll just help a lot just to kind of get to know everything. And honestly, listening and watching the videos has been helping so much. It's so much harder for me to memorize just the words, but it's so much easier for me to watch the videos and really absorb the information. I already find myself hearing different words and stuff. So I would say day 1 is very, very successful so far. I put my post-it notes everywhere, all over my house. They're all in my kitchen. It's 9 and I'm still studying Italian. I'm gonna learn these 100 words of the day and then write sentences for them. My Italian teacher gave me some homework, and it was to write my daily routine, and I wrote it as best as I could with the words that I learned today. So I'm gonna read it to you guys, and we're gonna see how much I improve with writing my daily routine from now until day 7. Oggi scrivo alla 6, cucino la colazione, mangio la uova e lo yogurt con il miele. Good morning, people. It's day 2 of learning Italian, and I relearned so much. I remember so much from yesterday. I got my words here next to me. This one's my hardest to wake up. Let's have a very good day. Okay guys, so to start off the morning, I'm looking at this Italian YouTube video, and it's basically 11 everyday Italian expressions for the verb fare, which is to do or to make. I'm finding this really helpful, and I'm definitely gonna sit down and take notes on it later, but I know just listening to Italian right now is helpful, especially in the morning. Cooking, I'm just looking at all my little sticky notes that I have everywhere, which are helpful. Even if I'm not like seeing it, like thinking about it, I'm seeing it, which is like affecting me.
Sono andata a camminare.
Sono andata a camminare e preparare la colazione. Good morning, guys. It's day 3. I'm on the treadmill right now and studying my 100 words of the day. I have not studied a lot of Italian this morning, but I have the rest of the day. I have another lesson today at 4 p.m.
When there is something that changes the space around you, like you go from a point A to a point B, it's a verb to be.
I've just been having a bad day and I had a really difficult lesson. We were learning like the words that go in front of the nouns, right? Like the book, the hand, the picture, whatever. And there's just so, like in English it's just the, and in Italian, like for it's so confusing. Like for masculine singular, there's a different the. There's like il, but if it has a vowel in front of it, it changes to lo. And if it's plural, it's a different the. So if it's regular masculine, it's i. And the word changes too. So it's like il libro and then I libri. So it literally changes. And then there's 7 exceptions. Good morning, guys. It's day 4 and I'm so excited for today because I'm going to be studying conversations and then I'm also going to be studying conjugations. So I just recorded this conversation that I made. It's like I was at a restaurant and I made it specific to me because I know I don't like oil on my dish, or I want steak, or I'm going to ask if they have sourdough bread. So I made it specific to myself. I'm right now running around Madrid doing errands and I'm listening to this podcast called Learning Italian with Joy of Languages, and I love it because it's like mini digestible Italian classes with like learning different grammar verbs or learning how to talk at breakfast. So I really like it, and I've been switching between just like slow Italian stories and little mini lessons. When I get home, I'm gonna study. Right now they're teaching me about restaurant and bar phrases, which is great because that's what I have a little bit of practice in, and I feel like that's where I'm going to use my Italian the most. I'm about to go get a lash lift and I have an hour of Italian podcasts on my playlist, which are like lessons, not stories, just to learn like stuff like the, ishi, phrases, verbs, while I'm getting my lash lift done. Hey guys, so it's currently 6:15 p.m. and right now what I'm working on, so when I was getting my lashes done, I was just listening to a bunch of Italian, and tomorrow me and my teacher are gonna work on learning like the pizza, because there's so many different like thes that go before. So right now what I'm studying is like restaurant phrases, and I'm going to do another like writing of the day just to like see everything I learned and how much I've improved, and I'm going to study all the words, the new words that I learned, like I ate, I walked, I drank, I wrote, I read, I visited. So today I focus more on the glue, which is the verbs. I learned a lot of past tense. I think the glue is the most important, piecing the words that we're learning together with like the actions. So yeah, I would say it's a successful day. I think I confused essere with avere and like vedere with vodare, whatever. I'm learning and I'm happy and I'm excited to read you guys my little like journal thing of the day. Stata una giornata piena, sono svegliata alle 7, ho cucinato la colazione e ho mangiato le uova con l'avocado e il pane lievitazione naturale. Dopo ho avuto la classe di italiano.
Important to greet people when you walk into shops and restaurants.
Good morning, guys. Today I'm excited. I have a really busy day, but I'm definitely incorporating Italian into my day. I'm starting out my morning learning about some words. I was listening to some slow conversation, and then in the afternoon I'm about to go on the treadmill actually, and then I'm gonna study my words and continue to go through conversations. Yeah. What?
Torni il 5 giugno?
Sì, torno il 5 di giugno.
E come come è andato il fine settimana?
Stato lavorando e mangiando. Day 7. Time to find out if the 7-day crash course actually paid off. So I booked a flight to Sardinia and put myself to the test. No more fake conversations in my room. This was the real deal. We're going to Italy! We're arriving at the airport. I'm so excited. You?
Yeah.
Wow, he looks so happy. I was talking to the guy at the front desk and I was actually having so much fun. Like, I'm so happy. I'm like learning.
Devi solamente mettere benzina, non ti preoccupare di niente.
Sei di Sardinia? Sono di Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, ok.
Today is day 7 and I'm in Italy and I'm going to put everything I learned into practice, which I'm so excited for. 2 fette di costata.
2?
Sì. Sto imparando italiano, entonces.
Quello è casa.
Avete l'agua frizzante?
Questa è Spagna? Sei italiano?
Sono di Los Angeles, ma vivo in Madrid.
Dale, por eso.
Yeah. Hey guys, I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of like a final what I've learned in Italian. So yeah, ciao, mi chiamo Rebecca, sono di Los Angeles, ma vivo a Madrid. Ora parlo italiano, spagnolo e inglese. Sono metà messicana. La settimana scorsa ero in Sardinia, ma adesso sono in Sicilia. Amo questo posto, il cibo, la cultura, le persone e ovviamente il mare. Sono molto orgogliosa di me stessa perché stavo studiando italiano per una settimana. So, allora, yeah. Oggi stavo mangiando, studiando italiano, imparando di le culture. Yeah. Ciao! Wasn't perfect, but it honestly felt amazing to be understood in a brand new language.